Guys, it's the 8th of March 2023 and I'm finally ready to say welcome to my YouTube. It feels insane. YouTube is something I've wanted to do for a really long time and I've just never really had the confidence to take the leap and jump onto this platform, but I'm doing it. 2023, I'm going to be a YouTube girl. For today's video I thought I would just do a little get ready with me Q&A sort of thing, just so you guys can get to know me a little bit more than whatever platform you're used to seeing me on, whether that's Twitter, Instagram or even TikTok. Strap yourselves in, it's going to be a good one. I feel like it's only right to start this video with a little bit of an introduction. So the first question that someone has asked is, why YouTube? Instagram for me is a platform that I feel like I have just been falling out of love with for quite a few years now, really. I started back in 2018. It was just so much easier to grow on there at that point. It was so much more fun. You really get out what you put in to Instagram. So I think I grew maybe 10,000 followers in the space of like 2 months of being consistent. Year on year now, you don't see any results from the hard work that you put in. Engagement is just getting worse and worse and worse. It's not worth the time that I'm putting in. I love content creating. Kind of links onto another question that someone has asked, which is how did I get into content creating? Being a content creator, for people in my sort of age demographic, I'm 26 this year. I don't think anybody my age kind of sought out to be a content creator. Something that we kind of fell into with, you know, the birth of social media being while we were growing up. I've discovered I really love connecting with people online. I really love sharing my opinions, whether that's on, you know, fashion, beauty. I just love connecting with people and I like to make a difference in people's lives. And I do really feel like I have done a lot of that over the last couple of years. As much as I would say I'm falling out of love with Instagram, I will never fall out of love with, you know, the connection that Instagram has allowed me to have with such a global audience, really, of all of the people who follow me. Of course, I won't sit here and lie and say that it isn't really disheartening when I go out and spend a weekend shooting content and then I'll come home, edit it, get it all ready to post, and it is seen by about 3 people. It is really soul crushing, like, honestly. I just want to grow. Like, having the opportunity to sort of monetize my content and potentially make this my full-time job would be an absolute dream come true, and Instagram is just really limiting me in being able to do that. With TikTok, you're obviously limited to how long your videos are, and one thing you will come to learn about me if you stay a consistent vlog watcher, I talk so much. It is ridiculous. Whenever I'm editing TikToks, I'm just constantly having to cut down footage. I'm not really able to showcase my true personality. Here we've arrived at YouTube, which is going to be the raw, unfiltered, uncut version of myself, which I'm really excited to share with you guys. Another reason why I think YouTube is a good platform for me to get started on is 2023 is shaping up to be a really exciting year for me. Next couple of weeks alone, I've got some really big life changes that obviously I want to vlog. This year or next year could be the year that me and my boyfriend are moving out together. I'll be able to come to you guys with moving vlogs. Looking back on the first time I ever said I wanted to start YouTube, all of the bits of my life that I've missed out on vlogging through not doing YouTube is huge. I guess I just really like the idea of sort of being able to look back in detail at those stages of your life. One of my biggest regrets in life actually is I was furloughed for 5 months and I did nothing with that time. I mean, I had a great time. I was sunbathing, I was drinking wine, but looking back at the fact, you know, I could have started TikTok back then. I could have started YouTube back then. My life could be completely different now, but I suppose we're always going to have those what if moments in life. And we can't dwell on them because we'd all go insane. YouTube, I think, is just going to give me the creativity to explore, really sort of being more of a video creator. The next question that someone has asked is, what do I do aside from influencing? I have pretty much always had a job alongside doing Instagram, and in the last 4 years, nearly 5 that I've been doing this, I have had a hell of a lot of jobs. Anyone who has been an avid follower of my Instagram will know I've been in the legal industry, doing secretarial type work, admin type work, but I now kind of strictly focus on legal billing. My title at the moment is Revenue Controller. This is actually the 4th law firm that I've been at. Law for me isn't really an industry that, you know, I just woke up one day and thought, oh my god, I want to be an admin assistant. I actually got into law because my dad's girlfriend at the time had an opening at her place. I just really desperately wanted to get out of retail. Retail is just not for me. I moved to law firm number 1 in 2016, left about 2.5 years later because I thought that I was going to go it alone and focus on Instagram full time. I think it is probably one of the stupidest mistakes I've ever made in my life. It's also taught me a pretty big lesson in terms of, you know, if I was to ever become a full-time influencer, those I would know this time, I would really, really, really need to be financially secure enough to do that. I'm very grateful to my mum and my dad who supported me through every second of that 20-day dream I had to become a full-time influencer with 26,000 followers and about £800 a month in collabs. This is a good one. The next question is, what are my goals for the next year? I'm also going to link this in with a question that someone's asked, which is, do I believe in manifesting and vision boards? I'm a very pessimistic person, and I personally don't really believe in anything like that. I've sort of always been of the mentality that, you know, if you want something, you work for it. There's no sort of amount of crystals or any holistic healing in the earth that you can just, you know, sit there on some kind of voodoo-ass behaviour and the world will just give you what you want. Last few weeks I feel like has kind of really sort of changed my opinion. Crazy things have been happening to me, and it's like I'll speak about, you know, wanting to do something, and then out of nowhere, like, the opportunity will just present itself, and it just feels really weird. I don't know, it could just be a huge coincidence. It could just be a reward for the fact that I'm a really nice person who's had a really shitty few years and I finally deserve some good karma. That's what I'm going to tell myself, because it's never really felt real to me that if I want something, I'm going to write it down on a piece of paper and then it will appear in my life. Goals for the next year. I'm really sort of focusing on social media growth at the moment. When I started out influencing, I had collaborations coming out of my ears. Back in the days where I just used to shoot in my bedroom. Not too sure how good my editing skills are going to be, but I will try and insert some pictures just here so we can all see the vibes. I would spend all of my day Sunday shooting content in my bedroom. I used to shoot maybe like 14 brand collabs. Now at the moment I don't really have that much, so I want to be consistent with content. I want to see a lot of growth this year. I'm also saving for a house or apartment. Louis and I have been together for 5 years this year. I think I've probably been talking about me and him moving out since 2019. I talked about it so much at one stage that anytime I do a Q&A, people will always ask me, where are you and Louis at in the house hunting saga? This year or next, I think I'd like to be in a house with Louis or an apartment. We are actually going for an apartment viewing. It's so out of budget for what we planned, but oh my god, it is the dreamiest apartment ever. I kind of want to go for a viewing so that I can be like, okay, just reject me so that I can move on, because I know that it's out of budget and I know that it would be a really irresponsible financial decision of me to say, okay, let's get this apartment. But guys, if I am able to vlog it when we go for a viewing, oh my god, like, in terms of a third goal, I feel like I'm in a job interview. I would love to travel more, but financially this year, that's just not in my plans. Maybe that can be a goal for next year, travel more, tick off some more of the world. But just touching on my boyfriend, actually, the next question is, how did me and my boyfriend meet? Louis and I met in 2016. I knew a lot of his friends from sort of just going out, social groups. I went to a completely different school to Louis and all of his friends, and even my friendship group now. So it is really weird when I look at the fact that everybody I'm sort of in a social circle with, I didn't know 10 years ago. Crazy. I was actually invited to a house party and he was there. I'd seen his name on Twitter and things like that, but he never had a profile picture. So I just used to think that, you know, the typical sort of Tinder rule, you know, when like you see a boy in sunglasses on Tinder or his profile picture is just him and all of his friends, I just used to think, oh, he's got to be the ugly friend. Anyway, we get to this party, literally instantly I was just kind of asking everyone at the party, who the fuck is this? From that day consistently, there's never been a moment where I haven't fancied him. We were actually friends for a really long time before we did get in a relationship. And now we're approaching our 5th anniversary. It's just mental. Like, I feel like we've been through so many things together. It feels like he's been in my life since the day I was born. I'm hoping that I'll be able to introduce Louis to the YouTube channel. I don't know who Louis is. Hopefully you'll get to meet him over the next few videos, because he really is my best friend in this entire world, and I'm sure if he does get in on the YouTube videos, you guys will love him and find him just as amazing as I do. This will probably be my final question because I am drawing to the end of my makeup now. Someone has asked what would be my dream collab. I think it's very apt actually that I am probably holding my dream collab. I have been using NARS pretty much since I started properly wearing makeup, which was around the age of 16, 17. I've been and tried other makeup brands, other foundations, bronzers, everything like that, but for me, nothing will ever outdo NARS. There are other staples in my makeup routine. So for example, I use the Illamasqua highlighter, Laura Mercier translucent powder. There's a few other things like that, but I feel like there'll never be a day in my life where at least 3 things in my makeup routine are not NARS. If I was ever to collaborate with or get a PR parcel from NARS, I think I would cry and throw up. Maybe we can speak this into existence, that one day I will be able to stitch this video with a PR parcel or a collaboration with in terms of a clothing brand, obviously, because I know that my content is more sort of fashion geared, I have to maybe say Zara, just because I know that it's so unattainable and Zara don't work with bloggers. So I feel like to get a collaboration with Zara would be incredible. I have worked with a lot of my dream brands, and I've worked with Nike, I've worked with Mango, H&M, Pretty Little Thing since 2018. I've been working with them consistently every month since then. I have had the opportunity in my career to work with some really amazing brands, but a Zara collaboration for me would cement it all. Made it to the end of this video. You are a real one. I love and appreciate you so much. I hope you enjoyed, of course. Make sure you stay tuned for my next vlog because I'll be bringing you something really exciting. I'll see you all in the next vlog. Bye.